Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. I think we're live. You'd think by this point I would have it figured out, but it's always a guess with YouTube. So we are back, hopefully. Yep, I just got an alert on my phone. We are. Well, we're back. Got a little movement overnight, hoping to catch maybe some movement here to our measured move on Bitcoin that we were eyeing up yesterday. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at some other coins that are running. Litecoin hitting our target. Actually exceeding our target. We should probably skip to that one quickly. We have a few other movers going on, but it's looking to be maybe a spicy weekend. We've been getting those lately. Let's rock and roll. So, good to have you guys. Please remember to subscribe and hit that like button for the new stream. Let's get this show on the road here. There's a new Discord link posted, and I'll throw it in the chat here for you guys. So, sending out the word that we're live. Let's go. So Bitcoin did break 23.7 just a few hours ago, before pulling back and back testing what looks like the top of this super local price formation here. We connect the two wick highs from the 17th. We see that the hourly came back virtually to perfectly test that descending high level, and potentially is now looking for a move up. The logical spot still the same as yesterday, 25.3 for the measured move. We were eyeing that up yesterday. Easy to find. You can do it at home. Just take the high and the low of the local price action on the 17th, and that brings you right to 25.390. That has not changed. Hourly. Let's take a look at these smaller time frames. Hourly not looking so hot at the moment. With this new high in price, we don't see a new high on RSI or MACD. But this is the 1 hour time frame. We don't necessarily need that to look perfect right now, so we'll keep looking. But we did see what we were expecting on the moving averages here on the hourly. We have that kissing, the kissing that we love to see for this bullish price action. Essentially the 20 moving average crossed bearishly with a more bullish looking 50 moving average, and then rejected in the sense of virtually immediately crossing back bullish. That's a great sign. We looked for that a lot here on this stream, and that kind of analysis is pretty unique to us. I'm not sure if really anyone else looks for these things, but you know what? I don't care what other people do. We do what works. Doesn't have to be what everyone does. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Let's look at the 4 hour here. We were kind of just going over some stuff. Patron night last night was a lot of fun. We were looking at our retracements. We saw the 16% retracement back in November, the end of November, and locally here in December, after running up to that 23 area, 6.5%. Not a lot of retracement. Not a lot at all. Which I didn't even think about adding this one in. This is 10%, so possibly these retraces are actually getting smaller. All that, here we go, 10%. So we saw two 20% retracements since March. We saw a 16% at the end of November, a 10% at the start of December, and now a 6.5%. This isn't enough of a sample size right here to really say the retracements are getting smaller, but we have 1, 2, 3 examples in a row. It's something to keep an eye on. 4 hours is a really interesting time frame right now. Typically, you guys know it's not my favorite. It tends to give pretty bad signals a lot of the time, but right now actually looks pretty interesting. 4 hour RSI on this move up, finally putting in a higher high. think we even saw that yesterday. Putting in a higher high on MACD. RSI is not telling us much else yet on the 4 hour. But MACD has a little interesting story. We're seeing 4 hour bullish divergence here on our lows. We can see that the 4 hour time frame on MACD here looks to be rolling over. We can identify that pretty easily as we see this selling impulse, this flip to the negative here. We see these bars are getting smaller and smaller. That suggests that the selling momentum is waning or slowing down. And as these bars approach the 0 line, they are looking to flip back to the buying momentum side. That could be what we're looking for this move up to 25,000. That bullish divergence is definitely welcomed, especially as we lack any bearish divergence here on this high. We lack any bearish divergence on this high, but we're not really getting any kind of signal from our lows here. So that is a welcomed sight. Let's throw back on our moving averages. 4 hour moving averages, as expected. Really, every time frame you're going to see this, they're just moving up. Moving averages, sadly, unless we use a very small input, say 5 or 10, they're all going to be lagging behind, and the bigger the time frame that we look at, the more exaggerated this is going to be. On the daily right now, pretty much every moving average above 20 is going to be kind of useless. It's just so far away from price that until we see any kind of real retracement, they're not going to give us much value. If we do see signs of real retracement, then we can start looking at those bigger moving averages that are far away and say these may be logical spots for support or for a bounce, but at the moment they're not going to be giving us much. Not going to be giving us much at all. That's unfortunately the nature of a lot of these indicators. They tend to have different times where they're useful, and sometimes they're really not useful to us at all. So let's move on to the 12 hour. This one has been so choppy for so long, and finally is looking to kind of level out here and maybe give us a good signal. 12 hour, we can see locally, just back to the 11th of December, it has been moving with price, and we do see today, or in this 12 hour candle right now, that is a higher high compared to the days before with a higher high in price, so that's good. Literally since October 20th, we have seen the highs in price move up while RSI moves down on the 12 hour. Very confusing. Very confusing stuff. It did give us this wonderful bullish divergence signal on the 11th of December. But other than that, it's been a very confusing indicator. Very confusing. Great little tidbit we grabbed here live on stream back on the 16th. If you were watching on the 16th, and this is why you gotta tune in every day, guys. You can't just show up randomly. Gotta stay up to date with the TA. We got an amazing signal. Move to this fresh chart because there's too much on that. Amazing signal on the 12 hour Ichimoku cloud. Some of you may remember this. Before we actually got the signal, before we got this up arrow, we pointed this out and we said, if price can put in a higher high versus the last, I believe it was 9 candles, which was looking very likely. It didn't actually have to set a new all-time high. It just had to beat out, I believe, this December 7th high. We would get a cross above the clouds, and that is the most powerful bullish signal Ichimoku cloud is capable of producing. We did get it, and you can see the timing. Very related. We got the cross and virtually immediately shot up out of this high, or out of the previous all-time high, all the way up to 23.8-ish area. So that definitely was an indication of bullish strength at the time. And so far has not really shown any weakness on that. 12 hour MACD as well, looking actually finally healthy at all. We can see the 12-hour MACD reaching up, looking to even eclipse the 2017 12-hour MACD high and dwarfing everything since. That is suggesting that there is not bearish divergence on the 12-hour. That would be a good sign. And another welcome signal here is we can see we had a dark blue MACD histogram candle here in the previous 12-hour candle, and that would suggest that we were losing momentum. However, it now is starting to look like a fake out. We do have 2 hours and 20 minutes to close, so this is not confirmed, but we can see right now that the candle we're in, if it closes here at this price in 2 hours, that waning momentum may not have been real, or it may have been a trap, really whatever you want to call it. It may have been a bad signal, and hopefully if we do close with this lighter blue, we can see a continuation of that bullish momentum on the 12-hour, which is a pretty hefty time frame. That's obviously half a day, but signals on the 12-hour are going to be more relevant for longer than, say, something on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. This is a decent time frame, and we would like to see this momentum pick back up and continue on, and ideally we want this to happen because we are at a higher price than 2017. So in order to not flash or threaten bearish divergence, we want to see that MACD candle move up, or these MACD candles continue to move up and put in a new high. Very close to doing so as is, but it's not quite there. Maybe in the next 2, 3, I can't draw today, 2, 3, 4 12-hour candles, we can see that. That would be a wonderful sign. We already got this signal on the monthly and I believe the weekly, but at least the monthly. So it would make sense to see these shorter time frames follow suit. Ooh, this is pretty. We looked at that kissing. I laugh every time I say it. That kissing, I think, is on the 1 hour earlier. This is a great example of it right here on the 12-hour too. The 20 moving average back on the 10th, the 9th or the 10th of December definitely was looking or threatening to cross down under the 50. It would have been pretty easy to eye this up and say, yeah, we're going to have a bearish cross here on the 12-hour. However, price moved right back up above it, did not come back after breaking it. And what that did was it pulled the 20 away from the 50. That is that kissing or rejection signal that we just love so much here. Very powerful stuff in either direction when you get that. Litecoin chilled out. Still looking good. Okay. On the daily. Looking left, the daily has some work to put in as well. It's not just the 12-hour that needs to. Why is this indicate? Did not enable you. It's not just the 12-hour that needs to put in a new MACD high. It's virtually every time frame. So we can see the daily is actually farther away. Though it did overtake the 2019 high on the 18th for the first time. Nice. Right here on the 18th. Still has quite some work to do to surpass the 2017 high. So suggestive, if it wants to avoid that threat as well, the daily actually has to move up more violently than the 12-hour. It doesn't make sense when you say it out loud, but essentially it needs to see that strong momentum play out in a larger time frame. That makes more sense for everybody. But the daily, unlike the 12-hour, does not show any signs of weakening so far. Just continues to put in larger and larger momentum candles to the upside, and that is a great sign. It's a great sign. We have not yet seen really indication of pullback at this point. The daily RSI also looking pretty good here. I'm not gonna lie. Reaching up, you can see again locally, since this low, since we came off some bullish divergence earlier, back on the 11th, has not shown us divergence, bearish divergence yet. We see that RSI continues up with price. However, the highest point in price is not the highest point on RSI here visibly. That would be back here in November, early November. So it's in a similar track, I would say, as MACD. The daily needs to keep pushing up in RSI to put in a new high, and that really kind of brings the whole chart full circle. Really makes this rally whole once that's accomplished. We see it on higher time frames, but the shorter time frames have not yet caught up. It's funny to be referring to like daily as a shorter time frame, but in this sense it is. As let's look at, say, the quarterly. Quarterly has already accomplished this long ago, back in July of this year. So really the same situation as MACD, but they're both looking good. You know, this has not shown weakness. It has not pulled back yet. It hasn't put in a lower high on RSI. So far, everything's fine here on the daily if it continues to the upside. If we do see sell-off, that may pull RSI back down, and then we do have bearish divergence. That would be one of the first signals we would look for a real retracement here. We haven't gotten it. This is looking to be in 2 hours our 8th green candle in a row, right? From the 12th. Yep. This would be the 8th green daily in a row. That is wild. Just wild. Ichimoku really unable to give us anything here. While this green line is above the purple line, if price keeps moving up, they're really just going to move in tandem, and it's not going to give us any signal. However, that's really not a bad thing, because it's just showing us that we are in trend. We are in a bullish trend, and nothing has really changed. So, not really that much there. I think that's kind of our little summary here. There's not that much else to go on at this point, right? No, we're just waiting. So we're gonna look at the altcoins, look at the altcoins here that are moving, and then we'll get into chat. Hopefully get this accomplished quicker than usual. The only one I super duper really want to go through right now is Litecoin. Sorry if the mic just made a bunch of terrible noises there. Litecoin, stretching its wings. It's flexing. Yesterday, during our live stream, we looked at Litecoin. This isn't the chart, is it? Yes, it is. All right, cool. Yesterday, we looked at Litecoin in our live stream and said, at that point, I think it was only at 109-ish. And so it had not yet tested 122 resistance, unlike a lot of the coins we had seen in the market do yesterday. And so we basically made the call that 122 would be likely tested in the short-term future, with the note that this $90 price level also has not been tested as support. We did say that that is likely to be tested as support. However, 122 was definitely lining up to be tested first. So if Litecoin sells off into the end of the day in the next 2 hours underneath 122, then we may look to see it come back to this $90 price level. What was resistance here locally, we can see in November and December, pulling back to test it as support, but really don't know yet. Trading above the resistance all the way up to 24 and change, awesome. The daily MACD looks great. Momentum is not slowing, and really on the daily it even looks like it's picking up speed still. Litecoin not suffering really with a similar issue to Bitcoin from October and November, as the highest point in price right now on the daily for RSI is in fact the highest point in RSI all the way back to August 2020. So there can be potentially an issue here, because we see August 2020 back here is much lower in price than where we are now. So there could be an issue here in the future, but at the moment is not super threatening. Not super threatening. And I rationalize this mostly because it has eclipsed these local highs that we've seen. This is actually different. This is a different site from what we just looked at on Bitcoin. Let me pull these both up. There we go. There we go. This is Litecoin. We can see this is the highest RSI point and point in price. And when we look at Bitcoin, it's really backwards. Bitcoin's RSI was much higher in early November, late October. So Litecoin not having these immediate issues that Bitcoin does. That's why it's caught my eye for the most part here. And it's looking solid, man. We look at maybe the weekly here. I don't think I've browsed that yet. That weekly candle is a monster. That is a big green dildo right there. There's no other way to describe that. Okay, yeah, I was looking at this earlier. Okay. So we saw Litecoin break out of this massive wedge. Massive wedge. Dating back to May 2017. Holding in this symmetrical triangle really tightly. And early November broke out of it. And has had very little chill. Very little chill yet. This weekly candle is insane. Let's look at this stuff. So, beautiful. Beautiful. Litecoin, no issues here with his RSI. Really strong. The highest point in price is the highest point in RSI. That's what we want to see on a rally. MACD, little different situation. However, we see that this weekly candle has blown out of the water. Wait, did I miss something? Oh yeah, I don't have my volume on. I'm sorry, Sir Tito of the Trace Tito gang. Sorry for missing that, my friend. Yeah, there's a lot of GRT chilling going on lately. You know, it's that time of the crypto cycle. Coins get listed and they pump, and people go crazy. So just be careful in general. No, I don't know anything really about GRT. I read briefly about it. Oh, also Coinbase Earn just offered GRT in their program, so if you want some for free, there you go. Just be careful. Be careful with anything that doesn't have a chart history. You know, it's all speculation anyway, but doubly so if it has no traded history. Be careful with your position size.
Let's hit them likes on our way in. Thumbs up.
Yo, Mr. Astronaut Rene. Thank you, brother, for the 5. Absolutely agreed. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button for the stream. Really helps us gain visibility on YouTube. Prevents us from being hidden, shadow banned. We're not criminals, all right? We're crypto enthusiasts. But yeah, thank you, brother, for the 5, and please do, if anyone has not yet. Appreciate it. Appreciate those likes. Like we got 88, 263 watching. There we go. It's coming up. Numbers are getting better. On the weekly, Litecoin, RSI good, MACD, loving this fake out. We were looking at that on Bitcoin on the daily or 12-hour, had a little fake out, hopefully. And we see that same thing happened last week on Litecoin. And this week just blowing past previous highs here from the year. Very strong MACD candle on the weekly. What caught my eye earlier when I was looking at this on the weekly actually is the moving averages. So we're not really going to be able to use them much right now as price points, but we can see them interacting with each other and hope to gain some kind of knowledge from it. So right here, this is an interesting point. We see the 200 is actually the highest in price. But what's interesting is we see the 20 and 100 crossing bullishly, and the 50 actually is on the bottom, which is weird. But what it does suggest is that the 50 has a lot of room to move up. The 20 is definitely looking to come across the 200. We have a very bullish setup on our weekly moving averages. That's really the takeaway here. Each of these moving averages is slanting up, is gaining momentum, so it's suggesting that on a weekly time scale, the 20 last weeks have gained momentum versus the last 50 versus the last 100 versus the last 200. That's a solid increase of momentum here, and right on cue. Leaving this symmetrical triangle on a macro scale and gaining momentum is what you want to see. Litecoin above it does not have that much. Does not have that many worries. We can look to this high in June 2019. We can say, well, price was rejected from this symmetrical triangle there. That may be resistance. Sure, it's $137. But above 122, the only real price that I'm looking at, I think, is found on the monthly. Yeah. The only monthly resistance left is 227. So that's quite a bit of room here. Closing this monthly above $122 really sets its sight on 224 very quickly and becomes very probable. You can see these last 3 monthly candles looking great, looking really strong, increasing in size as well, bubbling as we call it. We can see that was evidenced or suggested back here in November as the monthly MACD flipped bullish, flipped from selling to buying, really seemingly gaining power there. Wonderful. Litecoin looking very strong in Bitcoin pair as well. Get rid of a lot of that. Finally, for the first time since September, trading above 0.05 in Bitcoin pair. This would be this would be just my dream come true to see Litecoin close this daily here in Bitcoin pair. RSI looks good. MACD's okay, but in my opinion, if it can close above 0.05 on the daily, that really leaves a lot of upside, a lot of room up. Very powerful move I would expect after that. So I'm watching this daily close very tightly on Litecoin here, for sure. Okay, we'll look at the other coins here. We'll look at the other ones in the title, but that's really what I wanted to get through. My aim was to not talk for 60 minutes before I looked at chat, because today's a little chiller than the last few days, so I wanted to not ignore the chat as hard as I used to, or as hard as I have in the past. Let's see what everybody's up to. Thomas Vane, what's up, brother? Bob Mo, Bib Levels, Scraps G, what's up? 24K, cracking along. Yeah, dude, just trucking. False Flags, how you doing, brother? Lots of info in the Discord. Yeah, there's a lot of info in the Discord. That's right. That is correct. Discord's link is in the chat. Highly recommend everybody here to jump into the Discord. The only way to really know when we go live every day. lots of educational resources, 24-hour live streaming, all kinds of goodies. What is up, Applegate, my man? How you doing, brother? Jordy by night. Did I already talk about Algorand? Nope. We talked about it yesterday, but probably will take a look at it today. Era Random, how you doing, brother? Antonio Hernandez, what's up, my man? Julie Brain Lady Anderson. I like that name. That name a lot. Zubs 786. Man, my portfolio is, brother. Ultra Chaos Steve, how you doing, my man? Look at total. Yeah, we can throw total up. We're just shooting, just BS in here for a little. Ooh, total reaching. Ooh, good eye, man. This is worthy of looking at right now. Beautiful. Total market cap 667 billion. Wow, that 700 billion that it reached in early 2018, only 4.8% away, if not less. 700 billion. Dudes, my dudes and dudettes, a break of 700 billion in total market cap would be epic. This would be epic. Bitcoin breaking its all-time high market cap was epic. Epic for Bitcoin. But to see the entire market break its record, break its high, its all-time high, that could be maybe the largest bullish signal ever. That would be epic. Absolutely. That can signal to all kinds of different types of investors that the crypto market is ready. And some may be waiting for that as well. So that's a good eye, Ultra Chaos Steve. Kind of forgot about it. Everything else has had me distracted, checking out different charts, but that'll be a big deal. Only 32 billion away. What is that? 5%? 4.8%. That is easily within sights. Good eye. Good eye, mate. Let's see who else is here. What's up, my dudes and my dudes? The real Lennon. Have I looked at XRP? No, I have not yet. JTA. You're high on Neo's accumulation. No, Neo is just, I'm just starting to hear whispers about Neo again. Probably take a look at Neo at some point today. Crypto Boss, what's up, bro? Big hype. Big hype. Shiv, you found some LTC in an old wallet. Nice. John James, what's up, dude? Dirk Van Meer, chill in the Discord. Excellent. Excellent. Exactly. Error Random had to look at the Discord to see we were live. This is why I push it. I don't really gain anything from having people there, other than they can actually find our content. It's really the only reliable way to get notifications. YouTube just doesn't do it. Jordy by night. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers, man. Thanks for subscribing. It does kind of seem as if does kind of seem like the alert box still is not picking up on subscribers, unfortunately. That is such a bummer. Did it just turn it off though? Is that why? No, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand why this doesn't work. Like, it's never really, let's refresh the cache. Whatever that might do. It sucks. Typically when someone subscribes, it'll play a noise, put up a little thing, put their name up. I love shouting everybody out as they subscribe in real time. But for whatever reason, yesterday and today, it doesn't seem to be doing that. I clear my cache. Oh my. See if this does anything. I have a feeling it won't, but alright, hopefully that does something. Just sucks. I love it when it pops up and I get to shout everybody out. It's like one of my favorite parts. One of my favorite parts of whole stream. So it sucks not to have it. Doesn't seem to be working. Well, feel free to test it. If you want to test it, try subscribe and see what happens. Streamlabs. Oh well. Sergio B, what's up, man? We're pumping. That's what we were looking at yesterday. Yesterday's stream, we were looking for 25 and change. Pull that up again. 25,390. This is like the only logical thing we can do really at this point. We've never traded at these levels, so we don't have the resistances and supports that we've come to rely on over all these years and months, and so now we really just can use our fib tool. We can use psychological numbers, you know, like 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 100, to speculate where people might take profit, but there is no resistance. In order to have resistance or support, price has to have traded at that level previously. No coins have ever changed hands on exchange at these levels, so it's a lot more of a guessing game, which is what makes this so dangerous, but also so difficult to TA, is we have less to go on than we have had for so long. Juan David, know my opinion about IOTA. Man, lots of coin requests today. You guys must be doing your homework, checking out everything moving. Here we go. I want this on my tab so I can keep track to see if it moves. Let's get through seeing who's here. Abjeet, what's up, dude? Bitcoin 24, yeah, that's where it's at pretty much. Kent Corp, how you doing? I know you want to look at XRP. Randy Fox, Litecoin just getting started. It is finally getting started. Ooh, Air Random says YouTube turned off the bell. Okay, well everyone can go check, make sure that bell is still enabled. I'm gonna turn it off for you if you didn't get a notification. Robert Cha saying he did get a notification today. That's good news. Good to see you, brother. Janx89. Airdrop. BCH. I don't know. Is BCH having an airdrop? You know. Men in Gaming. What's XRIP? Yep. And Noah M. How you doing, darling? Renee De La Cruz. Queso and chips. Queso. I like queso. Crab's my most hated crypto BCH. I used to feel that way. I used to feel that way about BCH, but I don't really feel that way anymore. I think once it split into BSV and BCH, the BCH people got way chiller. Way chiller. Now I don't hate it. AB Lopez, why only Discord? Am I gonna have to learn a new platform? Dude, bro, we all hate Discord, man. We all hate it. I hate it. Maybe some people don't, but I hate it. You don't have to be in there. It's just that YouTube, occasionally, or I will even say regularly, YouTube won't show us to our subscribers. It won't alert our subscribers and viewers that we're live. It doesn't show up on your homepage. It doesn't show up in search. So do you have to? No. But there are many times where there will be no other way to find us. So do you have to? No. But if you'd like to tune in our daily live streams and keep up with it, yeah, kind of. Let's ride on two wheels. CME will list an Ethereum product next year. I believe that. Ethereum not having the best of days here lately. I'm not worried about it mid, long term at all. But short term, not looking super strong against Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Ethereum for sure at some point here today on this stream. LEX, what's up? Paul, the trend is your friend, indeed. World of Wonders, dude, what is up? What is up with all the GRT? People are welcome to be hyped on whatever they'd like. Coin's only traded for maybe 24 hours now, ish. Just not sure how people are getting any kind of sense of the technicals for the coin with no trading history. Let's see what else. What else is here? DS, what's up? GRT. I'm not sure if these are bots or not. They might be bots. There could be bots. Just unusual to have so many people talking about it in almost every Discord. All right, Marcus B, then it could be that people are just hyped on it. Nothing wrong with that. Shylin Barlow, what's up? Welcome. G999, I don't know what that is. Don't know what that. I don't know, maybe they aren't bots though. If it's kind of like going on everywhere, it could just be people. Could be, or it could be a mixture. There's some funny people out here today. Yo, Chris Spink, I almost missed you. What's up, dude? Did it work? It's just the Twitch. This is what's trolling me is the Twitch alerts work, but the YouTube alerts don't work. Like that was someone just followed us on Twitch. Welcome. But it doesn't help us here on YouTube. Everyone talking about GRT, that's so weird. So odd. Oh well. This is crypto, guys. There's just like a cycle of hype. It seems to flow through all of crypto at times. I guess it's GRT's turn. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe it'll be XLM or BCH, whatever. I don't know. Just making its rounds. My dirt bike goes gert. Gert. Gonna get rid of this stuff so that when I tab back to this, people don't get the wrong idea. Target was hit on 122 for Litecoin. Looking for the close today, see what that brings us. Now I really got to keep an eye on total though. Being so close to a new all-time high on total crypto market cap is extremely exciting. Extremely exciting. Yeah, ZIL was in the title. ZIL was one we wanted to look at, so let's take a peek. Having an awesome week here on ZIL for sure. Needs a little more room up. 7.32 cents is our next weekly. So that's a monthly. Our next monthly target. What's up, Steel Amoeba? I'm getting so trolled by this alert box now. That's another Twitch. Another Twitch description there. What? I'm gonna test subscriber. I'm gonna hit this test button. So the test button works. WTF. I don't know. I give up. I give up. Anyway, monthly. This has got to be a monthly, not a weekly on ZIL. No. What is it? Where did I get this? Oh, I see. Okay, I see. It is weekly. So weekly. This is likely going to be more of a resistance zone than it is a specific price here.
Thank you for your devotion and hard work, my old friend. Mazem aka G4L Jack winking face.
Thank you, let's ride. Yeah, dude, this is my passion. What I do is what I love doing. So it is work at times. Certainly is work at times, but I do love doing it. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. So ZIL here, likely to be a zone of resistance, less than exact value of 7.32 cents up to 8.76 cents. We get that from the weekly.
You better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out. Chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain. What's up, Harry Wilson? Thank you, bro. ZIL looking great on the weekly. Momentum moving up. This is the highest point on the MACD weekly. Not a bad sign for being at your price high, at least of this year. RSI just needs to catch up, and it's looking solid on the weekly then. Daily putting in some gains today as well, 14-ish%, about equal to yesterday. But unlike yesterday, locally, a higher RSI high, that's wonderful. MACD still not showing any signs of chill on the daily. That 7.32 cents is looking extremely likely on ZIL. Actually zoom it into the 4-hour because the weekly and daily haven't changed much. No local bearish divergence, but we do have an issue, same as on the daily with the November 25th. 4-hour rolling over slightly in momentum, losing a little bit of buying momentum. But we can see that this has happened 1, 2, 3 times in a row and hasn't really brought price back down in any meaningful way, at least. Really just not seeing much actionable, really anything actionable on this. It just looks like it wants that 7.32 cents. That's about it. If we see ZIL chill out here, we see it retrace a little bit, which the 4-hour might be suggesting, with the MACD losing a little bit of momentum. This would be very short term. Would be looking in this range between the 0.5 and the 618 retrace, which coincidentally lines up with the 4-hour 20 moving average right now at 0.425 cents. Be looking right there. Yeah, that's really it. The edge definitely seems to be with the bulls here. It's a beautiful chart. I really like this chart. I think I have like, I don't know, $100 worth of ZIL, some small amount. No holding of much size, but I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it. When you invert this chart, I might as well just show everybody again, because we always have new faces joining us every day. What I love about it is when you invert this chart, you have one of the most beautiful head and shoulders in all of crypto. It's perfect down to every detail. The right shoulder breaks the low of the left shoulder over here. You have a clearly defined head, clearly defined left shoulder, And then even more beautifully, this right shoulder breaks the initial right shoulder low, back tests it, rejects and moves down. This is textbook head and shoulders. The chart is inverted, so this is actually an inverse head and shoulders. Textbook. One of my favorites. Just chart wise. I'm a chart nerd, guys. I think we talked about it yesterday. Maybe not. Either way, our measured move lines up really well with this 7.32 cents, so I don't think I'll really have much of an update on this coin until it gets there. That's what it seems like. Trying to do a better job of keeping my charts clean. All right, so there's ZIL. Pretty much the same setup as yesterday, same situation. Nothing too new. I have trouble dropping stuff, if you guys haven't noticed. When I get distracted or caught up in something, I have a difficult time getting off of it. I'm so freaking trolled by this not announcing subscribers thing. Why is it not picking up on it? The weird part is, so neither the Streamlabs nor the Stream Elements bot are picking up on it, which is very weird because they're two different companies. Should be kind of operating on their own code. They shouldn't have the same issue. So going on. Just checking really quick. Checking to see if maybe I muted them, but that still wouldn't pick them up. That still wouldn't stop them from picking it up. YouTube's lagging. That's not a good sign. Is anybody else? I just tried to load a page on YouTube and it's not loading. My homepage works, but then Studio doesn't. That's very odd. Can't say I've ever had issues loading the Studio up. Yeah. Different day, same problems. Gotta love it. Got to. Yeah, YouTube Studio just not loading at all. Oh well. No more in-stream troubleshooting. That's a sign. Sign from the YouTube gods. Super. Bitcoin is as valuable as silver. Almost as valuable as the Indian rupee. Oh, I see what you're saying. Market cap. I was like, what? Patrick Pellegrino. Can I custody your Bitcoin? I don't think legally, no. Andrew P, what's up, my bra? Hit those likes. Yes, please. Yes, please. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do so. Let's get this stream in front of as many eyes as we can. Bennett Toll Pilot. Hello to you, bro. Akatashi Japakanamoto. Crypto Index's thoughts. That bullish. Bullish on the idea. Basically would just allow different vehicles or different people, different investors, I guess vehicles is a better word, of investment into crypto. I'm bullish on the idea. Yeah, they're coming out very soon. Bag's full. What's up, brother? Yeah, Bitcoin at it again. That is what we're looking for. Finally, it took that long. Literally, it took that long for YouTube Studio to load. That's very unusual. Saw it pop up in the corner of my eye. This one. It loaded, but it's trolling me again. Like, not actually. All right. What do you guys want to look at? What do you guys want to look at? My volume is really low. Oh, you know what? Crap. I didn't even think of that. You are right. I turned this down earlier. I never put it back to the normal volume. And you know what? The music isn't even playing. Dude, we've had all kinds of problems. All kinds of problems lately. But we will persevere. Here we go. Music is back on, but inaudible. There we go. Get those tunes. Microphone's back at the correct level. Thank you for the heads up there. Who said that? Oh, I lost it. Radu. Thank you, Radu, brother. I appreciate it. You're right, the volume was very low. I turned it down and totally forgot to turn it back up. Thomas. Great name. Great name, dude. Very handsome name. Byron. Thank you, man. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Billy Endo. We already looked at LTC. What's the scenario? Tom G. Total could break all-time high with 30,000 Bitcoin if Bitcoin dominance continues up. It's a tricky relationship. Tricky relationship between altcoins, Bitcoin, and total market cap. The best thing, well, actually, Bitcoin dominance doesn't. I guess historically we can say when it's lower, total market cap tends to be higher, but we don't have a huge sample size. Really all that matters is that, I mean, total is the sum of Bitcoin and altcoins. So in theory, Bitcoin could do nothing, altcoins could gain market cap, and that could push us above the all-time high for market cap. Or altcoins could do nothing and Bitcoin could keep pushing up, and that would push us potentially to a new all-time high in total market cap. There's a lot of scenarios. I don't know if really either is better or worse or more preferable. It's all kind of the same. I really would just like to see that 700 number finally get taken down after 3 years. Be refreshing. Robert CH, what's the best up and coming coins? Man, that is a question in crypto that if you ask, you'll always get an answer. You'll always get an answer. But that answer is really just going to be whatever that individual is investing in. It's hard to get a real answer to that. If we knew that, if we knew the real answer to that, we could all be very rich. But that is kind of the dream. Just be weary. You're going to get every answer in the book, and whatever answer you get is likely just going to be whatever that person has invested in. Peggy Kent, cheers to Australia. It's great to have you. Chicago Brew, what's up, my man? Ah, Chicago Brew with the wisdom. Thank you. Thank you for that. There are always new coins. And if you're new in the space, I'll reword this just a little bit for you, Chicago. Sticking with the top 20 is a safe bet. And then he's totally correct. Don't spread yourself too thin. Also, I would say be very aware of your position size. Going all in on a small market cap coin is not typically a good idea. But like I've done over the years, drop in 20 bucks or whatever is not an important amount of money to you. You know, you can do that really into anything. As long as you're okay with that $20 not being worth anything, you know, but you've limited your risk or your exposure there to just that 20, then you'll be fine. Philip Byrne, gotcha, brother. It's too loud now. Let's turn your volume sideways. I don't know. As long as it's not, as long as the volume isn't, what's it called, like capping out, then the quality gets crappy, then it should be okay. How's ZIL doing? We just looked at ZIL. It's just cruising towards that 7 cents. Greg D, what's up, brother? Good to have you back. Interesting Bitcoin pairs to look at right now, Chris Johnson. Good question. If we look at, we can kind of answer that question in a more holistic way of looking at Bitcoin dominance. And we can say Bitcoin dominance is rallying. So most likely altcoins and Bitcoin pair are being pushed to their lows. And when we see that Bitcoin dominance reverse, start trending down, then we can make the opposite assumption that alts are likely trending up in their Bitcoin pairs. So by interesting, there's many ways to answer that. Interesting to me is we should be seeing them sell off, like if you look at ETH and Bitcoin pair. This is what we'd expect. We'd expect to see them being pressed to their lows as Bitcoin dominance increases. And what that really does suggest, though, and not necessarily saying ETH right here, because we don't yet have kind of what we would expect to look for or see for reversal on FBTC yet. I think we will soon, but we don't yet. Does suggest that they're likely heading towards value, good values. You don't really want to enter Bitcoin pairs after they pump a ton. You want to enter them as they've sold off and begin recovering. And that way you can create positions that are set up to gain against Bitcoin as Bitcoin increases in value. That's the dream. That's the bull run. That's the main goal. Kind of surprised that we haven't seen more strength here. You can see that we're on a pretty defined trend in Ethereum pair on the daily, and I would expect a little bit maybe more reversal signs here. I think that may take another day at minimum. We may see the MACD on the daily starting to lose momentum. That could be suggestive of a reversal here, especially at this trend line, slightly higher low. It just makes sense, but we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. So really, to answer your question, anything in that scenario, what you want to see is approaching maybe a previous low or a strong support. You want to see bullish divergence painting. You want to see selling momentum waning in these Bitcoin pairs. And at the same time, you'd want to see Bitcoin dominance showing weakness. Has not shown it yet. So these deals, the deals on alt BTC pairs may not be done. We may get some deeper discounts, at least until we see Bitcoin dominance slow down. Has not really done so meaningfully yet. I have a feeling it will. Fingers crossed that it will soon. Can't go up forever. But we haven't seen it yet. Shah Yusuf, what's up, brother? Thank you. It's great to have you here. Thanks for watching, my friend. Kevin Long, Coinbase is a safe exchange, at least as far as exchanges go. I personally use it. Mr. Thomas Vechain, how's the dollar doing? Not good. Not good. We were watching this on the Fed announcement. That's where the blue arrow is right when Powell started speaking. And you can see the dollar has not really mustered much strength since. If you look at the daily, today is Saturday, so this is not actively being traded, at least on TVC. We can see that every day, minus the 18th, was a new low for the dollar in 2020. Really not showing, strength into the end of this year. Not super set up for a strong 2021 in that aspect either. This is just a chart of blood. The weekly, we could see bullish divergence paint, but we haven't really seen we haven't seen any signs of slowing. The daily just continues to bleed. Every time it looks like it's about to gain some hope, it just dumps on itself. And it makes sense. New Year's coming. Stimulus supposed to be coming, who knows. That's boy who cried wolf on that one. But not a lot of macro factors in play at the moment that would suggest a strong dollar. Not in the short term. Even the monthly, no signs of slowing on the monthly. For the Dixie. Not on the quarterly. Pray on the yearly. No, not enough data. Yeah, not looking too hot. Not looking hot here on the dollar. But hey, that's why we're here. That's why a lot of us are here in crypto. For that exact reason. So hopefully we all benefit. Or at least, I don't know, we're better off because we're in crypto, as the dollar's not doing so great. Just reading chat here. Catching up. Everybody's chatty today. There's some good energy in the space. Dollar going to zero. I don't know if zero. How about approaching zero? Not zero, but approaching. Remember that from high school calculus? There's no reason that this shouldn't work. That's so... I'm trolled. Please don't forget to like the new stream and subscribe. Please, please. We're quickly on our way to 16,000 subscribers. Well beyond any goal. Any any goal I'd ever set. Marika wants to look at Vet. We can take a peep. What to say about this, really? Just doing as we kind of projected out. What's interesting though is we were looking for this pattern on a lot of coins back when we drew this on our stream. And the other coins did not follow it. Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin did not follow it. They actually broke out on this attempt, the second attempt. Vet here did not. It's weird. Not really a bad thing. Really slow grinding up. Man. It really, I mean, there's nothing negative about that. It's just making steady progress. On the weekly, it does look a lot more like a V-shaped recovery. That can be a long-term bullish indication. We also do have very obvious weekly bullish divergence on MACD. We can see this swing low in 2020 was much higher than, oh, this is all in 2020. Swing low in August to today, much higher than March's low. And MACD much higher than March's low, but MACD swung much lower. That's bullish divergence on MACD. It's a good sign. Ooh, weird. Weekly, the weekly 20, the Bollinger Band on the weekly for Vechain here, moving sideways, just under price. It's just interesting to me because this is so unlike many of the things we see in the space right now. Just trending right above the daily 20. Though the daily is finally looking to shed this selling momentum. We see that right here today. MACD is looking to flip to the buying side, and we have seen across the space in other coins, etc. We have seen this recently on these daily MACD flips, some big moves. Seen some big moves off of them. I think the edge here with Vechain is with the bulls. It's just moving slowly. You know, this trend line here, I'm going to make it a different color so it's a little easier to see. White. There we go. This trend line here was placed a long time ago, and price is really just following it up. It has traded below it intraday, but always settling up above it. I think that we do see this coin break to the upside whenever it gets there, and it will look to test. It's 20. Oh, I keep doing that. 2.69 cent resistance, upwards of 3 cents. It's just moving slow. Kind of reminds me of Monero in that sense of the ranging tightly up, making progress over time, but kind of really staying under the radar for the most part. Not jumping into the spotlight, not getting hyped yet. And to be honest, oh, there we go. Monero did hit our in-stream target from the other day. Finally. Back on this. No, that was 2 days ago. Cool. Monero did hit 64. That was our in-stream target, next resistance. And this is why it reminded me of Vechain. This is on the 4-hour. Let's switch to the daily. We can just see this same kind of movement. You see very tight daily candles staying in a very tight range, but trending up over time. Nothing wrong with it. I think you could make the argument that this sets it up for a large event. Once it escapes once it escapes this kind of tight trading range, and this goes for VET as well, once it escapes it, it is set up for a large move to the upside. So, good thing, sure. There's really not a lot to be said about this one at the moment, though. We see the weekly since November has flipped to bullish momentum and has not slowed down as of this point. There's nothing really indicating really much of anything. It's kind of just set up to continue on this path, at least for the time being. We do have a 5200. Ooh, so that's okay. Here you go. This is the last thing I'll say about Vechain. We do have on the daily, this just recently printed, an official textbook golden cross on the daily. We have the 50 crossing above the 200 on the daily. That's as textbook as it gets. And both moving averages are pointing up. So there's high confidence, or at least we don't have a reason to doubt it. That's good. That's good news. Awesome. Not too much else to say there. Fear and Greed Index. Yeah, the Fear and Greed Index has just been maxed out. Doesn't seem to be able to really make progress up or down. It seems a little frozen at like 92, which might make sense. The Fear and Greed Index has actually never existed during a bull run. So I've been speculating for a long time that it might act oddly during a bull run, because none of the data is from a bull run scenario. They started keeping track, I believe, 2018 in February. I think that's when the Fear and Greed Index began, and so to this day has never really experienced any bull market data. Aaron Wicks, how you doing? Crypto Slow Joe, my man. What's up with you, brother? Manifesting, how you doing? Remco Lake and DGB, yeah, we'll take a look at that. Matthias Winkler. Am I looking at uranium? No. I was not. Not opposed to it, but not something I typically look at. DG, look at Dodge. Yeah, we can look at Dodge. I think Dodge is actually at a good entry point, personally. We'll take a look at it. False Flags doing a great job reminding me to tell everyone to subscribe. Yes, please do. Please do subscribe. Help us get to 16,000. Crypto Technical Analysis 101. What do I think of the theory that after 7 weeks of positive funding, you always get a dump? Can't say I've ever heard that theory, but what we can do is I'm down to look at it. Why not? We really can only use BitMEX funding on TradingView until someone, at least until someone makes another indicator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be closing the 5th one. This was neutral funding, November 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess what would that imply? We have 8 more days until that dump. Let's see the history. What do we have? See, this is neutral. When it's just blue, it's neutral. So we have, yeah, these are both neutral. So this was only 6. No, that's 7. So we have 7 here and we got a dump. All right, so the most recent example. All right. Oh, that was only 6. There's really not, I can only find one example of that actually ever happening. So I think it's interesting. It's an interesting thought, but I don't think it is a law by any means. But it was cool to look at. Thank you, brother. Good suggestion. Wow, I need more water. Maybe I can get the lady to bring it in. See if I've earned enough favor points. Something's going on with YouTube. YouTube's being very weird with its loading, specifically of the studio. Since I can't be alerted on when people subscribe at the moment, I was going to rely on the studio to tell me. Water delivery. Nice. Yeah, it was depending on the studio to tell me, but now the studio's not loading, so that's going to be not helpful. No way of knowing. But, no way of knowing, but everybody out there just know that I appreciate you. If you're subscribing during this episode, I appreciate you. Make sure you're in Discord. That's the biggest bummer, is it also used to shoot the Discord link out every time someone subscribed, so it kept it kind of in the chat. Dude, YouTube is acting so weird. I have this feeling that we're gonna get disconnected at some point. I have a feeling this is acting weirder than it's ever acted. You can see, there we go, finally loaded. I think once I showed it to you guys, it was like, oh, I guess I'll get myself in gear. It's acting very strange. Typically that stuff loads instantly. I guess we'll look at DGBs. Look at DGBs. Digibyte. This coin I'm a fan of. Back on the 24th, 5th of November, we had plotted out 2.55 cents as our target and 2.994 cents as our target above that. On the 25th of November, price reached 3.0 cents, just above our target, before selling off, which looks like maybe a super low liquidity issue here on, this is probably Bittrex. Yep, on Bittrex. So pretty much I just ignore these wicks. Before selling off, looks like closing dailies as low as 1.94 cents. And now finally retesting this descending trend line that was set back from August's high and September 20th's high. Looking to close this daily candle here above 2.31 cents. Wait, no. Yep, 2.31 cents. If Digibyte can do that, it's finally going to close a daily candle above the 200 daily moving average. That would be a great sign. A great bullish indication there. If we get that close. Which could suggest 4.8 cents. That would be quite an increase. We see the daily shows buying momentum is increasing, has not waned off yet as it approaches this descending high trend. That's good. This close is actually going to be super important today. An hour till close. Going to be super important for Digibyte here. The close below may send it into a few more weeks of sideways kind of retracement trading. MACD had just flipped bullish. The weekly still waning off this selling. Pretty incredible actually. Digibyte ran early. It ran back in May, after putting in its bottom at the same time as everything March 9th. Really ran hard in May, chilled out, put in a high in August, and now has been mostly trading sideways, but selling off slowly. There just doesn't seem to be much momentum here on the sell side, really. And that makes sense. When we look at the MACD, we see that there was a very strong swing low of momentum. Very strong sell wave, we'll call it, that started waning off midway through November and is still making its way slowly back to the positive side. That could take more time. Technically, there's not too much else on the weekly. Would expect 2.4 cent resistance on the weekly. That'd be a great spot to close above this week. Yeah, I was hoping there'd be more. Hoping there'd be more there. There's not a lot of technical indications here. 4-hour moving averages are set up nicely, but man, I can't make a call. I can't make an edge on this. These wicks really kind of screw everything up. Nope, I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it. It's just such a strange chart. I do like the coin, like it's as a coin, decentralized proof of work, old. It's all of my check boxes, but chart right now looks meh. Just meh. Kind of neutral. Really waiting, I think, on the weekly there. Whoa, there. Stream Elements bot. That's the first time I've seen it say anything. Is it working? Bruno, what's up, brother? My chat's being... Dude, YouTube's being so weird. Dalanson, what's up, man? Scott Lux. What's up, Scott? Have we given up on OMG? I don't think so. Josh just hasn't been around as much, trying to get us to look at it. And it doesn't look like it's really moved. Pretty much in the same range as it was. That's why we haven't looked at it. It's just in the same range. That's why. Nah, just boring. It's just not being exciting lately. That's okay. With Bitcoin dominance rallying so intensely, we're unlikely to get those spicy moves. Not likely to get spicy moves until that chills out. Bitcoin's stealing the show. Marika, I looked at Vet. I don't know if this message is old. My chat's being very strange. But we looked at Vet. I did just for you. Man, my YouTube's being really weird, guys. It's always weird, but this is the weirdest it's ever been. Now my chat is just like not loading. I see Mr. Macy though. A boy. I don't know what you're saying because it won't load, but I see you. Boring whale alerts, nothing interesting. And Mr. Ready. Dude, what is going on? Maybe it's my computer. I don't think it is, though. Something is weird. YouTube is fickle. I'm just gonna close the chat and reopen it because it's not loading. There we go. Alright, now it works. Hopefully. Yo, Ja, my brother. Missed you. Where you been? It's good to have you back, dude. Good to have you back. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Michelle Davis. How are you doing, Michelle? I don't know what that emoji is. Is it a person reading a book? I don't know, but welcome. Just popping in. Scott Lux, is it usually neutral when there's bullish and bearish divergence at the same time? I would say I would lean towards whichever one is more local, so which one played out more recently. That makes sense. Because they can't happen at the exact same time. And if they did happen at the exact same time, they'd have to be happening on different time frames. And if that's the case, then I would also say revert or listen to the longer, larger time frame over the shorter. There's a good answer. Aliens. What's up, High Five? It's all good, Joe. We had a great time last night in Patron Night. Dude, my phone is just crap. I need to get a new phone. It's not working. Nope, this didn't work out. Neo. I have not looked at Neo in quite some time. Let's do a little basic updating of the chart. Actually, before we even get involved, let's put on the daily. I'm gonna mess around with the 4 hour. There we go. MACD on the daily could have a little bullish divergence off this low. Coming off of $16.94 as support. $19.33 above as a, this should be a pretty local resistance, but you have that monster resistance at 21.65 and 25.28. I think we're gonna have to look at the weekly to really get any idea on this coin. Well, the 200 daily holding tight, that's great. 100 daily, like to see candles continue to close above. That would be nice. We're gonna have to look at the weekly. You're gonna come off, you're gonna have bullish divergence here on the weekly at some point, but Neo really in that same situation as Digibyte that we just looked at. That chart. Here we go. Very similar. MACD, this is Digibyte. We see that weekly had a really large selling impulse that's slowly losing momentum. This is Neo. Pretty much the same thing. This hasn't taken quite as long, but very similar. We see the weekly losing selling momentum. Prices remained virtually sideways during it. It's not a bad sign. But whenever this weekly finally loses, drops off the rest of these sellers, I would expect rather big move. We look to the left on the weekly here. We see the last time that we saw the weekly flip was here at $8, which rallied to $25. Before that was at $7, which rallied to $16. Yeah, so this is another similar situation to Digibyte of kind of just waiting for the selling momentum to relax before likely making a move to the upside. That is likely, as the rest of the market seems to be heading that way. I guess this channel's kind of bonk. Don't really need it. Yeah, not a lot of edge there on Neo, unfortunately. Deluxe, dude, I'm in a robe. I just need an ascot. It's cold, man. It's freezing here. Like I think it's supposed to be single digits today or tonight. We're all straight edge now, Joe. Yeah, dude, you've been gone. Now we're all straight edge. On Patreon night, we've been drinking amino acids and doing Scrabble. I don't know. But it's good to see you again, dude. Good to have you. Oh, we did disconnect. God, I knew it. I called it. It must have been right as I said it too. I'm psychic for this now. Looks like we've recovered pretty well. And now YouTube's saying we didn't disconnect, dude. I've never seen it act this strangely. Tonight is the strangest I've ever seen YouTube act. What a weird... It's also saying we didn't get any subscribers in this entire episode. Somehow I doubt it. Something makes me doubt that. Ultra Chaos Steve offering our in-house patron-only discounted counseling sessions. Can I look at PivX? Yes. I don't know, sure. I haven't looked at it in a while. Robert Temendon. Mendez. So we can take a peek. That's brutal. That is brutal. This is the Bitcoin pair. Trading at the lowest it's ever traded, it does seem. Though it might imply this is a nice little value. We see bullish divergence on the daily here, as the lowest point in RSI is not the lowest point in price right here back on November 6th. We do see though the daily MACD has selling pressure that hasn't yet begun to relax or wane off. So this is a little knife catchy, absolutely. It's trading the lowest it's ever traded. I would like to see the daily slow down, or at least begin to show signs of slowing down, like the weekly is, so that's actually promising. The weekly is showing signs of that selling momentum, chilling out. I'd really like to see that translate out to the daily though. You have the kissing, man, on the daily you have the bearish kissing. We talk about this a lot recently, but recently it's always been in the bullish scenario. This very possibly be the bearish scenario of it. That does not look great. You know, I was interested, honestly, in picking up a little bit more PivX at some point, and I kind of just forgot about it. And now I'm not too upset. Not too upset. This does not look super great. Man. Dude, this is very risky until we see the daily relax. The daily needs to chill out before I would go near this at all. Jeeps. It's nice to look at coins though that are this low. You know, I just said I would want to see the daily relax to go near this, which is true. However, I would be more likely to enter a small position, say, whatever you consider small, it doesn't matter, it's different for everyone. I would be more likely to enter a small position here than I would be on a chart like this. Now, if this was inverted and it was looking crazy bullish, I wouldn't, personally, I would never enter like this. So that does imply there may be value to be found. I just want to see the first sign of it.
ALGO, join the Patreon and get trade setups and be cool like us. Party popper, party popper, party popper.
Yo, Jerry, brother, thank you. It's good to have you back. Great to have you back. But we can take a look at ALGO. And also, yes, I haven't been chilling the Patreon because we're like halfway through the month. But we'd love to have you. We looked at ALGO yesterday. Literally yesterday. Of course, Jerry wants to look at it. He hasn't been around, so I'll give him a break on this one. It is coming off some bullish divergence on the daily lows here, but it's in the exact same position as yesterday, and it's okay, Jerry. No, you weren't here. What we were looking for is a daily close on ALGO above 35.79 cents. We traded above it yesterday. Wasn't super confident that it would happen. Didn't get it. Traded above it today. 47 minutes left. Absolutely possible, but is kind of looking like it's going to close below it again. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts on the daily at this close. So while not saying it's bearish, it just is showing signs really that it's just looking to do maybe sideways trading. Sideways trading until Bitcoin kind of releases its death grip on the rest of the market at the moment. Just does not have an edge. It is nice that it's closing candles above the 200 daily. That's a plus. Okay, 4 hour looks a little bit better here. I do want to see this 4 hour close higher, but we zoom in here, we do see something nice. This is the area that keeps rejecting. You can see it again here. What we see on the 4 hours, we had that nice pump, and this could be back testing it on the 4 hour. We could be back testing this as support, like really for the first time potentially. So if we see a move up into close here today, 42 cents is on the table rather quickly. It's just hard to make any kind of call until we get that. We did see a similar move recently with that, what was that even yesterday? That move yesterday, the 4 hour broke out of this descending trend, back tested it, and then we got that fancy candle that brought us up here. But until we close, 35.79 cents. It's really in the same position it's been in. 45 minutes ago though, so that's plenty of time considering now it's trading back above it. I guess it heard me talking about it. This could be the back test of it. Could be. Really can just watch and wait. A lot of coins are going to trade sideways. Sideways with a slight bias to the upside. A lot of coins are going to be doing that if we see Bitcoin continue to move. And especially if we see dominance hang out up here in the high 60s. That's going to be very common. But they're likely to hold their value in USD, so it's not the worst case scenario. Entry point. Man, entry point 33.7. You might see a nice little move. Might see a bounce there. Price gets there. I would not be looking to enter right now in ALGO. I think there's other opportunities. If it closes above, again, 35.79, then you might have an entry point like ahead. But until then, you really just don't have anything. You just have sideways chop. So if you want to trade the chop, that's likely what I would look. I would likely look at 33.7. Likely to get some kind of bounce, even if it's just to 35.79 back up to that resistance. But yeah, this is just chopping until proven otherwise. Just chopping. It could though. Could do that today. Could close above there. 35.792. But who knows? It's just not moving at the moment. Kind of crawling along. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I wonder if it's going to announce it. Maybe I shouldn't spoil the surprise. Someone did just sign up to be a patron. Maybe I should show the patron more. I kind of back off of it as the month progresses. But then I just mentioned it for the first time in like 3 days and someone signed up. Gonna give Streamlabs 60 seconds before I steal its glory. Go on Streamlabs. Do something right today, jeez. Justin Bond. J Bones. Start your Christmas shopping. That's what I was doing yesterday. I would advise it. I would advise it. Though today's close here would be great. This would be a great daily candle. We see momentum, or at least we see the upside gaining again on the daily after contracting. This would be a solid close. We see the 4 hour maybe looking to flip into this next candle. I think the spice will be coming tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see much movement in the next 40 minutes. But on the hourly, we do see potentially the flag. Do see it. Pretty clean, actually. Pretty clean on the hourly, that flag. There's just no freaking selling pressure, man. There's just no selling pressure. Moving up, pulling back 6%, going back up. Just can't keep the bulls down. Well, I guess it worked earlier, and now it's not working, so I'm just gonna hit the button.
It's over 9,000!
There we go. We have a new patron. Jabrel3, welcome. Welcome to the fam, my friend. It's good to have you. Great to have you. I'll shoot you a message then. We'll touch base. Streamlabs not earning its keep lately. I'm gonna have to talk to their freaking tech support after this because I'm getting trolled, man. It's not going to announce subscribers, it's not going to announce patrons. Like, this is like 90% of our marketing is being live and these things happening. So lame. You've been doing it for me. Thanks, False Flags. Ja, you are a boss. Dude, you missed out yesterday. We had a lot. I had a lot of fun. We had a good chat going. Robopipe. Robopipe, I am JD. Yeah, I mean, we're still on track for the 25. Nothing's really changed. Just hanging out. One would expect trading at these new highs to see large sells leading to violent retracements. Just turd nuggets. Just not happening. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It just doesn't seem to be happening. Like, even, you know, we pushed into a new high earlier today. Literally earlier today. And look at this. It's 2.5%. What is this? What's going on? This is not the Bitcoin that I know. 16%, 10%, 6.5%, 2.5%. Nothing that is being sold is being allowed back in. No coins sold at spot are being allowed back in profit. That is remarkable. Uncle Tony, I'm having a good day. Are you having a good day? Free Energy Mobile, welcome. Wouldn't know that you subscribe because my software is being crappy. But welcome, good to have you, brother. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. We're live here every day. Every day. Doing the cutting edge technical analysis. This is not really that interesting. We looked at Litecoin. Litecoin hit our target from yesterday. Bitcoin looks like it's still heading towards our target from yesterday. There we go, just as we would expect. Hitting our resistance, pulling back, closing underneath. Of course. Of course. Not a lot else is moving. It's pretty interesting. What I do like is that Litecoin and Bitcoin are moving together. Reunited. Yeah, there's that candle closing underneath. This is what we're seeing though. What Algo's doing is not unusual. We're seeing this across the market. Likely a side effect. Yep, see, look, Bitcoin Cash, same situation. Same situation as Algo, really. Just multiple days, trading above support intraday, closing underneath, staying sideways. This is kind of what we expect in a bull market, though. So when I say this is boring, it's like boring in a good way. Alts have made USD gains, you know, versus Q3 of this year. Now they're trading kind of sideways while Bitcoin moves up. This is that's what we expect in the bull market. Bitcoin makes these large moves up. Altcoins lose value against Bitcoin but retain their USD value. And then finally, when Bitcoin relaxes for a little bit, the alts catch up, and they catch up real fast. They don't really give you an opportunity to jump back in willy-nilly. So I like what we're seeing in that sense. There he is. Jabriel, number 3, welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you. Itanosa Inaruna, you just subscribed. Well, it's great to have you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is, there is not that much going on. Into close. Every alt just lost 3% in 15 minutes. What? What? Where do you get that number from? 3%. Well, 3% also is just like not even really a move. Not really a move in crypto. Let's fact check it. I don't know. Ooh, that's because dominance is doing a little spike. Pushing up. Bitcoin dominance pushing up in the last 30 minutes of the day here. That's pretty spicy. Maybe it's about to get spicy. We can see it happening right now. As Bitcoin, this is on the 15-minute, don't get too scared. Bitcoin losing a little value here. Yeah, there might be something interesting. There might be something interesting very close. Honestly, maybe even at the close. At today's close, like directly after. That would line up with what we're seeing on the 4-hour pretty well. But yeah, there's really not a lot going on at this moment, unfortunately. Ichthus Walkman, thank you for the €3 and the sticker. Jabril, we'll touch base. We'll touch base about Patreon. We will touch base. Probably not while I'm live. But trade setups, certainly, when I find them, when I find gems, when I find trades that I feel very confident about, I share them on the Patreon. But they're, you know, sometimes there's lots of them. There's been weeks where I posted a dozen, and then there's weeks where I don't post any, because there just isn't always a confident trade. A lot of the time, especially now that the market has been bullish, and that's probably why there hasn't been as many lately. A lot of the time, the best trade is no trade. That's been true since September 5th, probably. September 5th, actually, one of the trade setups in Patreon was a limit order, limit buy at 9,835 or 9,850, I don't remember, just above where it went. So filled, and literally in Bitcoin, the best trade to date would have been nothing. 142%. That's been 100 days. Wow, that's been a long time. For 100 days, the best trade there has been no trade. But we'll touch base, brother. We'll chat about it. AJ Sensei. I'm glad your gametes are tingling. I'm not really sure what that refers to, but I'm glad they're tingling, brother. Or sister, I don't know. I guess AJ. Could go either way. Mono Y, why don't I stream on Twitch like this? Twitch doesn't have what YouTube has. Unfortunately, I've tried it. There's been times actually where we had no other choice and we did stream like this on Twitch. It just doesn't have any traffic. No traffic. I wish it did. I don't know if it's an algorithm problem. It seems like it must be an algorithm problem. Or just people on Twitch don't search for crypto. I find that hard to believe, considering the demographics of Twitch. So they're either not sending the traffic that way, or for whatever reason, nobody searches for it there. Stephen Aguirre, thank you, brother. You're banned from 2017 according to Every Time You Watch. What? I don't think you are banned, my friend. Oh, chart under publication from TradingView? I don't know. They can ban you from publishing charts. Yep. Yo, the wonderful Mala. The wonderful Mala joins us. And dude, and Jerry. It's like a family reunion. Everyone's here. Randy Fox. Buddy, your spelling and grammar, they satisfy me though. And that's all that matters. Oh yeah. Now, Dallin, you are banned now. Dallin, son. Yeah, Gabriel, that does sound like, that sounds like degeneracy, my friend. You're not gonna like what I have to say about it. This rollover 4 hour. 27 minutes. I just have a feeling it'll be spicy right as soon as this next daily comes into the picture. But do I really want to sit here for half an hour and nothing happened? Probably not. Yes, Downson, you can place an order to go. Would you like to include the tip on the bill, or would you like to tip in cash in person? Oh crap, Randy Fox, man, I 100% know. I 100% remember you, brother. I remember the riddles. I remember our conversation. You are an OG. Jerry. Miss that jaw. You make me laugh. Yeah, dude. Twitch just isn't optimized for this kind of content. We've done it. It just like isn't worth it. I can agree with that. Monowai. I can agree with that. I think Monday is gonna be nutty. I think Monday is gonna be a crazy day. Not just Bitcoin. I think likely across markets. It's gonna be a spicy day. And there's just nothing happening. Would you like fries with that? DS coin. I have a feeling Dallon's trolling me. But I'll fall for it. I'll fall for it once. How can we help? I don't know. I wasn't looking for help. Hey, you weren't trolling me. Yes. Yes. I've never heard of this one. Ew. Ew. Ugh. This does not look good. It is very cold in here, so that was a real shiver. Wasn't really a shiver at this chart. What is this thing, man? Dallon, where do you find these things? Where do you find them? 4 hour could come off some bullish divergence here. Does look like it probably has a rather defined support that if breaks is going to be really, really ugly. 0.0048 cents. This coin just doesn't look like it can catch a bid though. It looks like it's very low liquidity. Very illiquid. I've never heard of this, Dallon. Where do you find these things? Where do you get them? I want to know. I want to know. This is my it's cold in my house robe. I need to get a tiny heater. Oh, I remember, Randy. I remember. I guess it's real. I don't know. You're the one who suggested it. I kind of thought you were saying it, and you know what? Now that I look at it, this is actually DEP. This is DEP. But then it is DEAP coin. I don't know, man. Either way, I don't know, maybe I would buy a tiny amount of this at 0.0048 and just YOLO. Just YOLO it. I had a feeling that's what you're going for. I knew I was getting trolled. William, what's up, dude? Yeah, free energy mobile. That's because that was almost certainly a Bitcoin giveaway scam. No one does. Crap, Mac W. We all should panic if the market's moving to the left. Yeah, literally, almost anything on YouTube. Almost anything on YouTube that has the word Elon Musk in it should not be clicked on. Leo's Adventures, hello. Sunny England. Sunny England. Friendly reminder. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so now. We're so close to 16,000 subscribers, and it would be amazing if you want to help us get there. Also, the Discord link is in the chat. Make sure you're in Discord so you can keep up with our daily live streams. Dude, YouTube's being so weird today. I give up. I give up with it. What's up, backflips? Biggity backflips. Let's see. Did people join Discord? Yeah, a bunch of people joined Discord. This makes no sense. So Discord, people have joined, but then YouTube is saying no one subscribed, even though people have said they've subscribed. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of that part of the day. I don't think I'm gonna sit around for the close as I usually do. Oh yeah, Zach, it's a robe day. Yes, Jerry Jaw's back though. That gives me motivation, but at the same time, yesterday was a long day. I have to go to the bathroom. Basically. That should be the wrap up time anyway, because every time I do, everybody leaves. Nobody likes when I go to the bathroom. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're in the Discord, because we'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to do it one more time, Discord. Make sure you're in the Discord. We'll be live tomorrow. If you're subscribed, there's like a 50% chance you'll know. If you're in Discord, there's a 100% chance you'll know. So hopefully you're in there. I'll put this chart up after the stream. I love you all. Appreciate you for being here. I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, good. Thank you, Chicago Brew. Looks like we're just going to trade sideways into the end of the day. It does look like tomorrow could be very exciting, so I hope to see you there. I gotta go to the bathroom. So all these things combined, I am Captain Planet.